me? Doing okay? I'm doing good. How about you? Good, good. Good to see you.
We're here today. Starts today.
Okay. I don't know. We got a lot going on, so sort of kind of we're busy with stuff everywhere. Seriously. Yeah. But it's a good busy. You know, good busy job. Yeah, and then it's just so much to do. So much to do. And when I say so much to do, we just have so much paperwork. Yeah, it just gets like, yeah, it just gets like, yeah.
I heard you got a phone call about this chili.
Yeah. I don't even know it.
She said,
I don't even, I didn't even know what was going on.
I didn't even.
Because I was like, what? What's she talking about? And then, nah, Jeffrey's daughter is friends with that mother. Well, how do you say that? She's friends with her. So she inboxed me last night. What is this? And that was it. So I had not seen.
Oh, I was all in the comments. Because she didn't come to me and was like, this is
The mama.
No, Carol.
Oh.
And I was like, this is the first I'm hearing of it. And then yesterday at the early bird breakfast, we informed. You know about it.
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, you know about this, I'm supposed to raise our Israel however it's supposed to be. So I'm gonna stand down. I'm gonna stand down from it because
It's bad. It looks. I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's true.
Because it seems to be. However, I also think that don't y'all have an official team
Picture that y'all we just use it anyway. Yeah,
That's
just
how
use
I
out.
feel about it.
Yeah. And then the only thing that I looked at, you saw that picture, but I'm saying, but she saw it when it printed out too.
She saw it.
And we are obviously 50.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
it can go both ways.
Yeah. And
I don't have all the facts.
I'm just saying, just be honest. You messed up. You messed up. This is it. So
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
It'll get handled.
Oh yeah. Now I'm glad to know the doctor. So I can leave it. Yeah.
He won't be here.
Yeah. Oh really?
Yeah. But I didn't find out. It's just been Tuesday. I found out Monday.
See, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I just found out Monday. She said it had kind of died down.
Right.
Shared.
Oh, we just shared over 600.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it.
And then I started seeing down my timeline.
See, I never saw it down my timeline at all. I did.
It
I
popped
saw
up.
it.
And so,
Yeah, I said I never. Yeah, I didn't wish you would.
but see, it was other friends, my friends with, and they became that was
Sharing it. Yeah.
And that's how I kind of saw it. Because I was going down the rabbit hole for a minute.
Right. I was reading, and I'm like, this lady. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Yep. And I'm planning on sending them towards the middle of about 30 months. Let them get there a little early. That way we can direct them. And my plan is to come to. I'm probably going to send them first just so I can finish supervision, but I would like to be a part of the observation so I can kind of facilitate the conversation with them
Okay, great. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Rotary Club at Grange on Wednesday, February 15th, 2023. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation to be given by Brent Gibb. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. God, thank you for this time for us to come together and enjoy fellowship with intention. Thank you for Rotary. Thank you for all of these people and their desire to be a part of the community and seeing the community's needs and attempting to be a part of meeting those needs and being solutions. On behalf of all of us, we have a connection to things that are not well in this world. And so for all of us, I petition you and offer us up as vessels to be your solutions to the world's problems. Thank you again for this food. Thank you for this safe place to gather. Thank you for Christ, our example, and the atonement for our sins. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Brent. You may be seated, and Scott will come introduce our visitors and guests.
presentation today will introduce all of our very special guests, our stars. But in addition to those, I have additional guests that I'd like to introduce to you. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing until I've gone through this list, and we'll welcome you. We have Laurel Reese here, guest of the club, and she's with our Rotaract group. We have Adeline Orton, also guest of the club and a member of Rotaract. There they are, back there. We have Jim Arrington, guest of the club, with Arrington Builders, and of course, a former city councilman. We have Carlos Whitfield, a guest of Willie Edmondson, former football player. So welcome all of our guests.
Thank you, Scott. I'm going to go through a few announcements. During this time, feel free to get more tea, another dessert, whatever. You can do that, but we're going to go through the announcements and then hit our program so they have plenty of time. So just to go over the birthdays, Kathy Tilley's was Monday the 13th, Patty Youngblood Friday, this Friday the 17th, club member anniversaries, Joy Baker 3 years this Sunday, Lee Kathy 24 years this Friday, and Dee Horton was 16 years yesterday. Winning anniversaries, Molly and Jeff Full, Joan 34 years this Saturday. Next week will be a board meeting, which is a week late. And then also March, our board meeting is moved back a week and will be March 22nd. Don't forget our combined meeting on March 1st with Lions Club, Kiwanis and Optimus, for the Azalea storytelling presentation. If you haven't signed up and you wish to go to District Assembly, Saturday, March 25th in Columbus, make sure you mark the date for the annual banquet on June 15th. And everything you thought about the parade last Saturday, it's now this Saturday, okay? So just take everything you knew and just move it to this Saturday, 5 o'clock at the Marriott, if you would like to volunteer to help with staging and anything else going on. Did I get everything, Barbara?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Not going to have time for happy dollars. If anybody has something really, really, really important that they've got to say, go ahead and stand up and scream it out to us. What's at LSPA this week?
Next week we have the Midsummer Night's Dream.
Midsummer Night's Dream this weekend.
Card on some of the tables that have that big card.
Okay.
It talks about today's storytelling in Mousetrap.
Okay, great. Don't forget to attend those live performances. I went to see No Exit at the college. It was a hell of a show. That's a joke because it was actually about hell. I just never get my car joke. Anyway. No, it wasn't by Father Tim, no. Okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the program over to Jonathan Lane, who is Director of Secondary Education at Troup County Schools.
Good afternoon, everybody. One of my favorite days of the year. Always love this luncheon. Always try to get through this luncheon without shedding a tear, but I rarely ever do. So Dr. Shoemate would like to send his regrets for not being here. He had a scheduling conflict. I think he's getting on a plane right now. So he sends his regrets and wishes that he was here. Since its inception in 1958, by the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, the Rotary Club of LaGrange has been the host of recognizing star students and teachers in Troup County. We can all be proud to be a part of the longest standing event of its kind in the state of Georgia. Thank you for your outstanding commitment to the students and teachers of Troup County. We are honored to be here today to present some of our best and brightest. But before we begin the recognitions, I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the STAR program and introduce another special guest. The STAR program was created by the Georgia Chamber of Commerce, and it was taken over and is now administered for over 30 years by PAGE, the Professional Association of Georgia Educators. And we have our representative from PAGE, Mr. Bob Heberlin, to say a few words about PAGE and their association with the STAR teacher and student program.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here, Jonathan.
This is my first year working for Page. I'm the District 16 Member Services Representative. I go around, I got like 172 schools in this area that I try to visit. Page is the state's largest educational professional organization. We are 100,000 Georgia teachers, administrators, bus drivers, custodians, cafeteria workers, and parapros strong in this state. We are proud to sponsor the Star Student, Star Teacher Awards, as well as we do the Academic Bowl for middle school. We do the decathlete, academic decathlete for high school students. We give out a lot of scholarships and grants to teachers and students along the way. For me, I've been a lifetime member of Page, it seems like. I've retired twice. I did 41 years in K-12. I was a high school principal, an elementary principal, middle school principal. Middle school's proof that aliens exist on the planet. And I was a head football coach, head track coach, an English teacher and all that. And then I retired in 2013 at Lee Middle School in Coweta County and went to work full-time at the University of West Georgia as a graduate professor and then as also Chief Administrative Officer of our Noonan campus. I retired last year. I was retired 6 weeks. My wife made me go out and get another job. And so this is year 51 for me. I keep in touch though, because my son is assistant principal at East Coweta High School, and there are 3,300 students in that school. And every day he tells me, Dad, you had it easy as a principal compared to today. But congratulations to all of you outstanding students and also to the teachers. To be chosen as a star teacher. Trust me, I get calls back from my old football players and also a lot of my students. And there's no better feeling to know that you had an impact on somebody's life. Congratulations to you. Thank you to the Rotary Club for sponsoring this. And it's good to have, I'm in Kiwanis, but it's also great to have community service clubs, civics clubs, reach out into the schools and sponsors things. That's what makes us a community. And LaGrange and Troup counties like Noonan and Coweta County, these are great communities. Thank you.
The Student Teacher Achievement Recognition, or STAR program, was created to focus public attention on Georgia's outstanding high school students and the teachers who have been most instrumental in their academic achievement. Over the years, the STAR program has honored more than 29,000 high school seniors who have in turn chosen their STAR teachers to share in the recognition. Each year, a top academic senior in each participating Georgia high school is named the STAR student for that school. To obtain the STAR nomination, students must have the highest score in one sitting on the SAT taken through the November test date of their senior year and be in the top 10% or top 10 students in their class based on grade point average. Each high school STAR student is asked to name his or her STAR teacher. High school STAR students compete for system titles, and system STAR students then compete for recognition region-wide, and our region winner and their STAR teacher will compete in Columbus on February the 27th. Region winners are interviewed, and state STAR student and STAR teachers are announced. At each level of the competition, the STAR program unites educators with business and civic community to honor academic excellence. Thank you again to the Rotary Club of LaGrange for allowing us this forum to celebrate today. At this time, I will call upon the leaders of our local high schools, because my voice apparently is not going to make it, to introduce their STAR students and teachers along with the parents of the STAR student. Students, when your name is called, students and teachers, when your name is called, I invite you to come up and to the podium. Our STAR students will take a moment to share why they have chosen their STAR teacher and how they made a difference in their life. So, first we will start with Mr. Jason Graham, principal of Coweta High School.
an extreme honor for me to stand here as the principal of Callaway High School and introduce to you a very remarkable young man who exemplifies everything that we promote and that we value at our school. And you're going to hear from him in just a moment. But again, Dylan Nation is our star student, and he walks the halls every single day. Dylan, come on up. He walks the halls every single day and represents, or is the example that we would like every student to follow, both academically, on the athletic field, and just how he conducts himself. And we're very proud of him. And Dylan, congratulations. Star student, and he will bring up his star teacher, Miss Carla Cook. Come on up. I also have to compliment his parents, Miss Michelle Nation and Kurt Nation, who have done a wonderful job, and the highest compliment that I can give you, Dylan, for your parents. My young son, who is 7 years old, if he gets it done in the classroom like you, then I'll be very proud, very happy. Great job.
Chicken nuggets by Dylan Nation. You get it out of the freezer, then you put it in the oven for 5 minutes. Then you need to put ketchup on the plate. Then you eat them. After I eat them, I feel good. This is my recipe from the book, Cooking It Up with Miss Cook. I have had this book sitting at the head of my bed since kindergarten. Let me tell you a little bit about Miss Cook. Miss Carla Cook was my kindergarten teacher at Rosemont Elementary School. This book is one example of the many ways that Miss Cook made her class fun and exciting for her students. She instilled a love for learning in all of her students and made everyone want to come back the next day to learn more. Every child that entered Miss Cook's classroom was as bright as a star when they exited. Miss Cook made her class a boundless place for children to learn and grow as people. She taught every single one of her students how to be kind and friendly to one another. Not only did Miss Cook give me a drive for learning, she also gave me a drive to win and succeed. It all started with our blast-off vocabulary words. Each week, we would study a specific set of words, and then she would test us on them to see if we could say them quickly and correctly. Each time you got all of your words correct, you would fill in a space on your rocket ship that was on the wall. After you finished filling in your rocket ship, there was a star that you would move on to next, and you would try to fill in your star with more words. Naturally, I wanted to be the best, and I wanted to fill in my ship and my star before everyone else. This was one of the first times I ever felt a drive to be the best and to win, and I believe that I got it from the teacher that taught my class. Miss Cook is one of the most competitive people that I have ever met. Just ask the other kindergarten teachers come field day. She was a teacher who would be full of pure passion and a hunger to win. Being competitive wasn't the only thing she was good at. She was also wonderful at finding a student's potential and pushing them to reach that maximum potential. Miss Cook cares about each and every one of her students, and she wants to be the best. She wants the best from them and for them. She saw my potential and pushed me to be the best that I could be. When she recognized that I had a strong skill in math, she sent me to a first grade teacher for instruction. She then allowed me to assist fellow kindergartners with their math lessons, and that gave me experience leading others. Miss Cook lit a fire in me for learning that still burns brightly today, and that is why she is my star teacher. Thank you, Miss Cook. I love you.
So I have to confess, I have failed in not crying this year once again. Now I'd like to introduce the principal of Lafayette Christian School, Ms. Vicki Strickland.
Thank y'all so much. So excited to be here and to introduce to you the Lafayette Christian School star student, Alex Tusing. He's joined by his parents, Russell and Sarah Tusing, and his star teacher, Megan Guidry. They share a love for all things math and engineering that I don't understand, but they are great at. And so come on up, Alex, you share with us.
Everyone has that one teacher that they are most comfortable with and can ask or go to about any assignment or test or even just situation they might have. The teacher then assists them in succeeding, or at least they help the student understand the concept or the situation so that they're better poised for the future. The teacher that personifies this past statement and the one who's been able to be an incredible help to me personally has enabled me to navigate through 2 hard classes these past 2 years and just deciding what college I want to go to and what major is my current math teacher, Miss Megan Gitchery. Now the point is how the STAR teacher I chose made a difference in my life, and there are various ways she has. First off, she helped me excel considerably in math. She taught me pre-calculus last year and has been preparing me for the AP Calculus BC exam coming in May. AP classes are some of the hardest classes you can take, and yet with that in mind, she makes the math seem so easy to learn and perform. For instance, I'll see an equation involving what seems like some sort of complex integration, and then she'll just do it step by step to where I understand it every time. No joke, almost every time I didn't know how to do an equation like today, I was confused. She did it one time, just one example, and I knew it just then. Just one example. I was never confused after that. She's just good at what she does. Her knowledge of the subject astounds me. It keeps me enticed as well, to where I am ready to come to the classroom and learn every day. Another reason she is my STAR teacher is because she makes class fun. That seems pretty shallow on the surface, but it's an essential element to helping a student learn, in my opinion. To me, being able to be comfortable in class and have fun is amazing. If I can come to the classroom every day, every morning, and be ready to learn or just be ready to have fun, because, I mean, math may not seem fun, but it can be. I enjoy that because she makes class fun. For instance, every once in a while, she'll just have a brain teaser or something and wanting to mix it up instead of just math, keeping it different. And that's fun to me, and it gets my mind moving differently because I don't want to just be math. But I mean, it's that way, but just having something that's different, a different piece to the puzzle is nice. Adding to how she makes class fun, she'll even poke fun at me and my other classmate. Like if I miss a problem, or I'll say something like I'm bad, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, maybe you are." But she doesn't mean that. But it's just funny to me, and I appreciate that from her. Another reason she's my STAR teacher is because she's helped me understand what I wanted to do for college, and just like even when the class gets off topic, she helps me understand whatever it is that we're talking about with college, what's going on with engineering, because she's a graduate from Georgia Tech. So she has plenty of experience, especially in the workforce after that. And I plan on being an engineer as well. And so that helps me, and I appreciate that, and having experience with the teacher. And with all that said, you can see how she has been such a great teacher to me. Simply being a great math teacher, but as well as a reliable person to talk to about the next steps of my life. I enjoy that. Thank you, Ms. Gitchery, for everything. I really appreciate it. You're great.
Next, I'd like to invite head of school for LaGrange Academy, Mr. Brian Goldinger.
Hello, it is my honor to introduce the LaGrange Academy STAR student, Mr. Jack Baker, and his STAR teacher, Ms. Teresa Crusade. You can join me up here as I list your accolades. Jack Baker joined LaGrange Academy in 6th grade. He's been involved in the Clay Target Shooting Club or team, our one-act play, literary performances, our honor society, beta club. He's one of these students that's plugged in across our campus in lots of different ways. And as was mentioned before, with all these students, he exemplifies everything that we want LaGrange Academy students to be about. And I'm very proud he's been selected here. He selected Teresa Crusade, who has been a teacher at LaGrange Academy for 12 years. High school English. She also teaches computer science and leadership courses, and is our college counselor as well. But it's my privilege to introduce now Mr. Jack Baker.
When I was told that I was LaGrange Academy STAR student, my STAR teacher was not a question. I knew it was Mrs. Crusade from the second they told me. My first memory of Mrs. Crusade was on my first day of 6th grade when I was walking down the hallway and a high school English teacher popped out of her classroom and started yelling at everybody to be quiet. And for the next 3 years, that's how I knew her. the high school English teacher who would randomly pop out of her classroom and tell everyone to shut up.
Nicer than that.
And then my opinion of her completely changed my first day of ninth grade when she became my English teacher. Mrs. Cruzet has always fostered a classroom which has enthralled me with reading more books, becoming more interested in ideas, and following what I truly love. Now, Mrs. Cruzet has always been the teacher for me who has told me to go outside my comfort zone, look at what else is possible, and always take it a step further. My sophomore year, she asked me if I would be interested in competing for a literary competition for her. Reluctant of what I was agreeing to at the time, I said, sure, why not? I showed up on the first day and she said, hey, you're giving a speech for me. I sat down and I said, what are you talking about? I have absolutely no idea how to give a speech. I went on and I won first place at region and then third at state for LaGrange Academy. And now, public speaking is something I truly love because of her. Ms. Cruzet has also served as my college counselor for the past couple months. And they're months that I will never forget. I applied to 22 schools. I've received 8 acceptances so far, and I'm waiting for more. Every single one of those schools was encouraged, reluctantly, from Mrs. Cruzet, who I know I probably doubled or even tripled her workload for her college session. But she knows I love her, and she would do anything for me. Mrs. Cruzet has always been there. Every time I need an opinion, I look to her. Even though she has not been my teacher this year, I still live in her classroom. Now affectionately known as the trailer park, as she does teach in a trailer. It's a trailer. Now, when anyone's looking for me during any one of my free periods, they just assume I'm in there and walk in there. Mrs. Cruzet has always had her door open. Any question I have, she answers honestly and openly. Any debate I want to have, she allows me to have, whether with her or my fellow students, however fiery the discussion. Thank you, Mrs. Cruzet. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Jamie Bozeman, principal of LaGrange High School.
I don't know what more I can say after listening to these 3 students so far. I mean, it's amazing, and it's not hard to see when you look at Troup County, regardless if you're looking at public school or private school, that we have some amazing students, all right, that live here in LaGrange. And you teachers that support them every single day, whatever campus you own, you are doing a phenomenal job, so please keep it up. It is my honor and privilege to recognize our star student and her star teacher today. When you look at LaGrange High School and you think about leadership, honor, and service, she exemplifies all 3 of those character traits in everything that she does. In the classroom, on the field, whether it's tennis or in the band, and then her dreams and aspirations for her future speak volumes about the character and the person that she is. This year, we would like to recognize our star student as Miss Minju Kim and her parents, Mr. and Miss Kim, and then her star teacher, Miss Brandy Turner. Miss Kim.
My name is Minju Kim. For the next 4 years, I plan to go to college and major in biology to be a vet. I've applied to UGA, Georgia Tech, Clemson, and currently I'm undecided. Ms. Turner has had a positive impact in my life by teaching me about not just school, but about life. Whenever I needed a mentor or needed advice on even something very small, she would always listen and give a realistic, supportive advice. Last year, when I was having a bad day, the little tiny compliment Ms. Turner gave me made my day. From that day on, I realized how much of an impact compliments could have. Ms. Turner knows how to cheer you up and how to make you smile and how to make your day. She has made my high school years so much better, and because of her, I can now think back to high school and smile. Thank you, Ms. Turner.
finally, I'd like to introduce Principal of Troop High School, Miss Nikki Watts.
Thank you, Mr. Laney, and to echo Mr. Laney's sentiments from earlier, thank you to the Rotary Club and its members. This is an event I always look forward to every year, and we appreciate the opportunity and the platform that you all provide for us to highlight the best and brightest of Troup County. I feel like with the young people that are being produced and nurtured and fostered here, we're in good hands in our future here in this community. So thank you all for this opportunity. It's a privilege to serve as the principal at Troup High, and I work with 1,300 plus of some of the best kids in the world. But we're here to celebrate one of the best today. This is a young lady that her academic prowess is evident. It's the reason she's here. But I have to tell you that as an educator and as her principal, one of the things, or a couple of the things that I'm most in awe of and that I appreciate most about this young lady is that in addition to her innate academic ability, she is one of the most humble, conscientious, civic-minded, hardworking, and genuinely kind human beings that you will ever meet. And I know all of the principals have referenced this, and I believe it wholeheartedly. She is the example of what we hope to cultivate at Troup High School. And whatever she goes on to do, she's going to be an asset to those around her and to the community that she serves. And I'm blessed to have had the privilege, thank you, Mr. and Ms. Billsley, of serving your daughter for the last 4 years. She is the example of what a Troup High School Tiger is all about. She has with her, this is Miss Maya Billingsley, by the way, our 2023 Troup High School Star student. She has chosen as her star teacher, Mr. Chance Giddens. For those of you that have been around, this face is a familiar one. I'm surprised he doesn't have a parking place out there reserved for him. But Maya choosing him and his long-standing history as a star teacher is a testament to his impact on the students that he serves as well. So it's a pleasure to work with both of them. At this time, please join me in recognizing Troup High star student for 2023, Ms. Maya Billingsley.
Good afternoon. My name is Maya Billingsley, and it is my pleasure to represent Troup High School as our star student for 2023. In the fall, I plan on attending Georgia Tech, where I will major in mathematics. I have chosen Mr. Chance Giddens as my star teacher. I've had the privilege of taking 2 of his classes, AP US History and AP European History. Throughout my many years of school, I was not a big fan of history classes and always preferred math. But that changed when I took Mr. Giddens' class. The structure of his lessons and the manner in which he taught his classes, a form of storytelling, kept the entire class engaged, which made history become a class I look forward to. In addition, he challenged me in a way no other teacher has before. Mr. Giddens helped me realize that it is okay to make mistakes and that learning is more than memorizing facts for a test. My knowledge of history, study habits, and writing skills improved greatly in Mr. Giddens' class. He was very encouraging and always made sure I was prepared for tests as well as AP exams. He never tired of the many questions I had for him and was always welcoming. I believe that the rigor and critical thinking skills required in his class have helped prepare me for college. Mr. Giddens has supported me in many areas of my life outside of academics. From writing me letters of recommendation for college applications to giving me advice anytime I have a problem, he is the one teacher I know I can go to for anything. Mr. Giddens is admired by so many people for being such a phenomenal teacher and will forever be known as the velvet voice of Troup High School. I am so thankful to have had Mr. Giddens as my teacher, and his class will always be one of my favorite parts of high school.
That's why this is always one of my favorite days. I love hearing from the students, and I love the fact that they get to recognize the best educators in our community. Educators, teachers, principals, you have a hard job. I respect everything you do, and I appreciate it every day. Thank you for your hard work. Parents sitting out there, you have done a phenomenal job, and I appreciate everything you have done. And Rotary Club, thank you for wrapping your arms around Troup County Schools and inviting us here each year. I now have the privilege of announcing this year's Troup County Star Student and Teacher who will move on to regional. This year's Star Student for Troup County Schools is Min-Chu Kim, and her teacher, Miss Brandy Turner. All-star students, star teachers, and parents, please, at the conclusion of the event today, please stay back for pictures. I know that, thank you for being here, Bob, representing Paige. We appreciate Paige's involvement in this activity. Thank you to the Rotary Club. Please stay back so that we can get pictures. And principals, if you'll come after the presentation and get your certificates to give to your students and teachers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. In honor of all of y'all's, excuse me, I'm saying that, but all y'all's, in honor and great appreciation, we're speaking today. We'll be making a donation in your honor to Polio Plus, which is Rotary's initiative to eradicate polio worldwide. So there is time for y'all, the Rotarians, everybody to greet, say hi, congratulations to all the students, all the teachers, and welcome them here. And like I said, we will be taking pictures, but please take the extra few moments before 1 o'clock to do that and wish them the best and talk to them what's coming up. Say hi to our Rotaract students in the back too. And we will be adjourned for the regular meeting.